Typhoid is a profoundly serious, globally affecting infectious disease that impacts millions of people annually, spreading primarily through contaminated food and water in regions struggling with inadequate sanitation. And this comprehensive video will thoroughly explore its historical origin, underlying causes, common symptoms, diagnostic procedures, treatment protocols, recovery pathways, and essential prevention strategies. Having been known to humanity for literally thousands of years, illnesses strongly resembling typhoid fever were meticulously described in ancient Greek medical writings. Though the disease itself only became much better understood during the 19th century, following devastating, widespread outbreaks clearly traced back to compromised public water supplies. One of the very first scientifically documented instances of typhoid fever occurred in the early 1800s, with perhaps the most historically recognizable example being the infamous Typhoid Mary, who was positively identified in 1907 after unknowingly transmitting the infection to countless individuals while employed as a professional cook. Although sanitation improvements have made it rare in most developed nations, typhoid remains a significant public health challenge, being most common today across South Asia, Southeast Asia, large parts of Africa, and specific vulnerable areas within Latin America. The primary way typhoid infection occurs is through the simple act of eating or drinking food and water that has become contaminated with the specific bacteria shed by an already infected person, making poor hygiene, unsafe drinking sources, and inadequate waste disposal major contributors to transmission risk. This debilitating and potentially fatal illness is directly caused by a specific type of bacterium known scientifically as Salmonella enterica serotype Typhi, which is frequently shortened in common medical conversation to simply Salmonella Typhi. The Salmonella Typhi bacterium itself is characterized by its distinctive rod-like shape, possessing an essential outer protective membrane, small whip-like flagella that enable it to actively move around, and a specialized capsule that provides crucial protection while it resides inside the human body. Once the bacteria successfully enter the human system via contaminated ingestion, they rapidly migrate to colonize the small and large intestines, from where they then breach the intestinal wall to pass directly into the bloodstream, subsequently spreading to major organs like the liver, spleen, and bone marrow to initiate the severe illness. The hallmark symptoms of an active typhoid infection, which typically manifest around 1 to 2 weeks after exposure, characteristically include a prolonged, dangerously high fever, overwhelming feelings of weakness and profound fatigue, intense and persistent headaches, significant abdominal pain, a complete loss of appetite, and sometimes alternating bouts of diarrhea or severe constipation. To confidently establish a diagnosis, medical professionals utilize several key laboratory procedures, most notably the blood culture test to grow the organism, analyzing stool or urine samples, and sometimes employing the historically significant Whittle test, all of which aim to definitively confirm the presence of Salmonella Typhi. Effective treatment for typhoid fever invariably relies on strong, targeted antibiotics prescribed by a qualified physician to systematically eradicate the harmful bacteria, with common options being azithromycin or ceftriaxone. Remembering that the selection depends on patient specifics and local resistance patterns, while ensuring complete rest and hydration is also crucial. Fortunately, with the administration of prompt and appropriate medical treatment, the overwhelming majority of typhoid patients experience a full and complete recovery within a relatively short window of about 2 to 4 weeks, provided they diligently complete every last dose of their prescribed medication to completely prevent any serious complications or potential relapse. The most powerful strategy against typhoid is proactive prevention, which involves rigorously committing to drinking only water that has been properly boiled or otherwise purified, consuming only thoroughly cooked meals, establishing a habit of frequent and thorough hand washing, and taking advantage of the available and effective typhoid vaccination programs. Implementing specific daily precautions further fortifies your defense against this illness, such as making a firm rule to completely avoid questionable street food vendors, meticulously washing all fresh fruits and vegetables before consumption, strictly maintaining high standards of personal hygiene, and immediately seeking professional medical help if any suggestive symptoms begin to manifest. In closing, it is vital to remember that typhoid fever is unequivocally a disease that is both completely preventable and entirely treatable when the right measures are taken. Therefore, raising public awareness, championing rigorous hygiene, promoting vaccination, and encouraging early medical intervention are the absolute cornerstones for successfully controlling its ongoing spread within our community.